Om Guru Brahma, Guru Vishnu, Guru Devo Maheshwaraha, Guru Sakshat Parabrahma, Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. My salutations to the Sadguru, the enlightened Master who bestows upon us the highest teaching of Atma Jnana, self-realization, which liberates us from all bondage and suffering. My pranams to all. Today is day 10. Let us continue our contemplation on the teachings of the Bhagavad Gita. We are now at the 7th chapter. The 7th chapter of the Bhagavad Gita is called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. As we discussed earlier, as we encountered earlier in the beginning, that the summary of the entire Bhagavad Gita is this Upanishadic teaching, Tat tvam asi, that thou art, that you are. Tat is that supreme reality, Parabrahman, pure consciousness. That thou, you are. So there are 18 chapters in the Bhagavad Gita. The first 6 chapters talk about tvam, you, the individual. So Sri Krishna Bhagavan was a friend of Arjuna. After Arjuna surrendered to him, he became his Sadguru, his teacher, his Guru. So in the first 6 chapters, Sri Krishna outlines Karma Yoga, Sannyasa Yoga, Gnana Karma Sannyasa Yoga. It's addressed to an individual and the upliftment of the individual. So the first 6 chapters is about tvam, you. The second 6 chapters is about tat, Parabrahman. To talk about tat, Sri Krishna takes the identity of Ishvara, the Lord, Bhagwan. So now he's speaking from the standpoint of the Supreme Reality. Whenever he says I and me, please don't confuse it with the I and me that you say, that we use. The I and me, whenever Sri Krishna uses those words, it's as Bhagwan, as the Supreme Reality. And the last 6 chapters of the Bhagavad Gita are about Asi, the how Tat and Tvam, what is the relationship and how they are the same. So this is the 7th chapter. The contemplation about Tat begins with this chapter, and that's why it's called Jnana Vijnana Yoga. So there is Jnana and there is Vijnana. What is the difference? Vijnana means Vishesha Jnana, a special knowledge. So Jnana is knowledge and understanding. Vijnana is realization of that knowledge. To give you an example, to know the fire burns is knowledge. But when you experience it yourself, when you touch the fire and it burns your finger or hand, then it becomes Vijnana. Then there is no need of Jnana anymore. You have realized it. And that realization is deep. That experience goes very deep. So Jnana and Vijnana. Sri Krishna Bhagavan now talks about Vijnana of Parabrahman. How to approach and understand and experience this Supreme Reality. In this 7th chapter, he starts off by saying, Manushyanam sahasreshu kaschid yatati siddhaye yatatam api siddhanam kaschin mam veyotti tatvataha. There are hundreds and thousands of people who strive to reach there are hundreds and thousands of people out there, but only a few of them try to reach the Supreme Reality. Only a few of them take the true spiritual path. And out of that few, a handful finally come and reach me. It's like this. There are millions and thousands of children that go to school. Many of them graduate and then they go to college. And after they finish probably their masters, only a few of them go into PhD, and only a handful, or probably just one or two, would win the Nobel Prize. So Sri Krishna is telling this is the state that we are in, where out of thousands and millions of people, only a few want to think about Bhagavan and want to become free. That's why Sri Shankaracharya used to say, he said in the Bhaja Govindam, Balastaval Kridasaktaha, Tarunastaval Taruni Saktaha, Vriddhastaval Chintasaktaha, Parame Brahmani Kopina Saktaha. The childhood is lost in thinking about games. The adulthood is lost in thinking about the opposite sex. And the old age is lost in constantly worrying about various things. When will people think about Parabrahman? This is the state of people. So Sri Krishna goes on to tell only a few people think about the Parabrahman. Why this is mentioned is because it is important to contemplate on what is the truth. Without the start, without this journey beginning, you cannot evolve or realize yourself. Buddha used to say, there are two mistakes a seeker or an individual can make. The first mistake is not going on the path of realization. The second mistake is not going all the way. So the people who go all the way are a few. And the people who go all the way are a few because of the grace of the Sadguru. Those who have found a realized master will easily reach the end. So Sri Krishna first outlines this, the importance of being on the path and proceeding in the path. He also goes on to tell what kinds of people approach God. He says there are 4 kinds of people that think and contemplate about God. Artha, Jignasu, Artharthi, Gnani. Artha is somebody who is in trouble. When you're in trouble, the mind naturally moves towards Bhagwan. So when you're in a mess, when you're helpless, you start thinking about the higher power. Then there is Artha. Jignasu. Jignasu is somebody who is curious. Somebody lands up in the path because of curiosity. What is all this about? Let me find out. What is this God? What is this Bhagavan? What is this consciousness? Curiosity. Then there is Artharthi. Somebody who wants money. Who has some there's a business transaction. They want something out of the Supreme Reality. It's like now Supreme Reality has become like a ATM, quick ATM. They want God to become a ATM. So Artharthi. Then their 4th category is Gnani. Somebody who's of a pure heart, who understands life, who understands the limitations of the individual and the limitations of actions, who is compassionate to the world, and now he wants to truly become free. He or she wants to realize and become free from all suffering. This is the Gnani. And for such a person is the teaching of Atma Jnana given. And the teaching is not given to everybody, not because there is any discrimination, but people don't seek it. It is given to those who seek. Seek and you shall receive. Sri Krishna also goes on to tell in this chapter that there are a lot of people that disrespect the teaching, and this second category of people who are of corrupted mind, they are very far from him. Meaning their they're so lost in the games of the mind that to think about, to move towards selflessness and the self is very difficult for them. So fortunate are those who receive the teaching, who are able to appreciate it, understand it, and realize it. This is the grace. So, as we saw that this chapter is about Tat, what does Sri Krishna tell about the Supreme Reality? He says, Matta parataram nanyata kinchidasti dhananjaya mai sarvam idam prottam sutre manigana iva. There is nothing beyond me. There is nothing greater than me. The pure consciousness is the final, is like the rock bottom. There is nothing beyond it. There is nothing beyond Bhagwan. To reach Bhagwan is to reach, it's the end of the individual. There's nothing beyond Bhagwan. And Mai Sarvam Idam Proktam. I am the one, like the invisible thread that is holding everything together. Just like a string holds all the pearls together in the pearl necklace, and you don't see the string, it's covered. But there's a string holding all the pearls together. In the same way, I hold everything that is seen in the universe together. I am the one that runs through all. Without me, nothing will operate. So, Sri Krishna is telling that whatever we see, whatever is there in the world, is the glory of Bhagwan. There's a beautiful story that I love from the life of Sri Ramakrishna Paramahamsa. Ramakrishna Paramahamsa was known to be experiencing God consciousness. One day, a very famous atheist visits Ramakrishna to argue with him and prove to him that there is no God. And Ramakrishna curiously listens. With all sincerity, he sits down and listens to this discourse by this person. And this person goes on to explain and tries to prove how God doesn't exist. At the end of the talk, Ramakrishna prostrates to him, bows down to him, and he says, God is so great. He's given such wisdom to you that you're able to speak so eloquently. All the glories that we see are the glories of Bhagwan. Without Bhagwan, without the grace of Bhagwan, nothing is possible in the universe. This is what Sri Krishna is trying to outline to Arjuna, that when your mind starts moving towards Parabrahman, when you start contemplating on the Supreme Reality, you will start understanding the glories of the divine glories, the divine play. And you will start seeing that Supreme Reality operating throughout your life and in the world. It is the one that has been guiding us all along, like a silent helper. And finally, that same reality manifests in the form of a realized master and gives us the final teaching of Atma Gnana. So this is the overview of Jnana Vijnana Yoga. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.